Greetings everyone, Free here. Welcome to the DemoHub. Today's demo, we're going to talk about database change management with specific emphasis on SQL templates as well as Jinja templating. Now, in demos, typically we start by explaining what we're going to do, build up to that, and provide the scripts along the way. But I'm going to do things a little bit different with today's demo. For this, we're going to start actually with the end and then work our way back into the script that makes that possible. If you're not familiar with SQL templates in Snowflake as well as Jinja templating, this will give you the building blocks to take advantage of this very powerful capability from a data engineering perspective. As always, links to these tutorials are available in the description below. If you want to follow along step by step, you can follow along. Now, if you haven't watched the demo we've done for Git integration, check on the channel. You want to watch that tutorial before coming to this because we're going to require Git integration to be set up for this tutorial to work. Assuming you have Git integration set up, go ahead and paste the script. What this script does for us is we're going to refresh our Git repo, pull the latest code, and then execute that code. Now, before we execute this, I want to call attention to a couple of things. Take a look on my database objects. We have 5 database objects showing up here. In this case, we're going to go in and look at the Git repo and execute the script available in our Git repo. Again, you should have the Git repo set up. A couple of things are needed for this. We're going to use our data product and we'll call this orders. And then we're also going to specify the business unit geography. Run this. As the script executes, do a refresh. We now see a new database called orders.db with the name US, which was parameterized, and dev. It's creating a dev environment, and that environment should be loaded with tables, customers, device, sales order. Imagine you are the admin and you manage Snowflake as a multi-tenant environment within a large organization where different teams are coming to you as tenants needing their workspaces, needing their own environments to do work. And you want to set that up at scale, knowing the team, maybe in this case, a data product, and the business unit or the geography of that. You want to go ahead and create their database, their schemas, loaded with the data they need. Those are things that admins typically would do, and you want to automate that at scale. This is where Jinja templating comes into play. Do another refresh here. We had the US dev environment was created. We have a QA environment. We should have a prod environment. All of this is getting executed while I'm basically just talking and explaining what's happening here. The reason why this is possible is because this script is executing. It's a templatized script that is running behind using Jinja, which I'm going to explain here shortly. Let's go back to the US dev, taking a look at tables. We have a tables. Stage was created. Everything was created. File formats were all created. The name is correct. This should actually be loaded with data. While this is getting created, let's step in now to explain what is happening behind the scenes. In this case, we're leveraging a Git integration, which I mentioned. You should have this set up already. And for this Git integration, we're connecting to this repo that has a script here called DDL template. If you go over to Git, let's take a look at that particular script. Open that up. This is a script. The script doesn't look like the SQL you're familiar with. And the reason for that is it's using Jinja. Snowflake now supports Jinja templating. For those that are coming from DBT and have worked in that database transformation type world, you might be familiar with Jinja. That's something now that Snowflake supports, and you can really parameterize your scripts and have dynamic scripts. I'm going to try to explain this at a very high level. If you want the step-by-step explanation, all of that is also available in here, breaking down what each piece of the Jinja templating is doing and how it's able to create all those environments for us. Now, with Jinja templating, here is a SQL script. Like every other SQL script you can execute on Snowflake, but it's very parameterized. We predicate that with Jinja, set a couple of parameters, put in a list of your different environments, the name of the data product, as well as the BU geo. These parameters that you set are parameters now that you can pass when calling the script. That's the reason for us setting that. Then go into a loop, iterate over the list of environments. For every environment in this list, create a database with the name, create a stage, create all the tables, and load the files into that table. So here you have the loop going through all the different tables, copying the data from those tables Again, my goal isn't to show you how to write Jinja templating. I think most folks can read this and see what's happening. We have an outer loop to create our environment. And inside of that, we're looping in and creating all the objects that are needed in a dynamic fashion. Everything is parameterized. Go back here. This script was successful. Do a refresh. We have our environment created with others US dev, others US prod, others US QA, others US staging, and you can have the right access and arrow back controls given to that in a dynamic fashion. Very powerful. If you haven't tried out Jinja templating in Snowflake, we highly encourage you. It's a dynamic way of creating highly parameterized jobs and workflows in Snowflake where you can define variables and passing those variables to create new environments, manage privileges, and a whole lot of things. It also allows for extreme and very robust code reusability. You can have a dynamic template that folks can simply inherit or call, and I'm using the name inherit here loosely, inherit that, parameterize it for their needs. If you have these common patterns that are repeated across your teams, across your organizations, you want to automate that, put it into a template and have folks use it. Personally, for me, it just improves readability. What we've done, leveraging the template, which is this script here, could you do this just using pure SQL without any parameterization, without any Jinja? Yes, you absolutely can. But you're going to have a SQL script with maybe 1,000 lines of code as opposed to what do we have here? Maybe 20, 30 lines of code to give you a robust way of doing this. So Jinja is something very powerful. If you're not familiar with Jinja, I would highly encourage you to go check it out. As always, all the resources are provided here, reading about Jinja, seeing how it all works in Snowflake from a change database management perspective. It's something that the industry is very aware of. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Leave your feedback. Are you using Jinja? How are you going to incorporate this into your workflow? Very curious to hear what you guys think about that. This has been Fru here with the DemoHub. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Thanks for watching and sticking to the end. I'll see you in the next demo.